Released in 2015, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate introduced a slew of new features never before seen in the series. Easily the most prominent additions were the two new weapons, Charge Blade and Insect Glaive. Not only are they still the most recent weapons to be added into Monster Hunter period, they arrived as absolutely broken powerhouses that demolished the game's deep roster. Listen, I already knew these weapons were insane. I just always believed that Charge Blade was the stronger of the two. Yet, I have become enlightened to the way of the glaive, and the power of mounts. As the French say, je suis monté. All of this is thanks to the over 260 voters that let me know which weapon they wanted me to try out. I've already adopted Charge Blade as one of my main weapons in this playthrough, so I'm pleased to show you the start of my journey with the Insect Glaive. If you happen to be new here, this is Mongoose. And staying true to her namesake, there's a certain snake she wants to hunt. No, not the little guy she's stomping on right now. I'm talking about the legendary Elder Dragon, even though it's a snake, Dalamadur. And to keep things interesting, I'm crafting and only using the full armor sets of each Key Quest monster in order to hunt the next. But after 4 episodes of Operation Mongoose, I'm starting to realize something. You see, as we journey through this episode together, Mongoose will reach the end of low rank. That, however, is after 50 hours, with 18 full armor sets being crafted and 17 hunts of an incredibly stingy Rathian. No. Truthfully though, despite my worry about G-rank armor sets, this is the most fun I've had in Monster Hunter since, either Iceborne or GU. So let's get right back into Operation Mongoose, because
the time is now! Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate!
the King of the Skies himself, the grandfather and the OG flagship of Monster Hunter. He blasts fireballs, poisons with his claws, and charges at you with anger if you mess with his mate Rathian. One of the first things I noticed about this version of Rathalos is how he can fly straight up, hovering like a helicopter, and then shoot a volley of fireballs. Definitely dangerous, although he is still susceptible as ever to some good ol' flash bombs. We've all seen and hunted Rathalos countless times before, but in 4 Ultimate, the location in which you initially hunt him, the Heaven's Mount, has a direct impact on your fight with him, since Rathalos can affect the terrain of this particular zone, and you can end up perpetually sliding around while he shoots fireballs at you from the sky. The way this zone changes up this hunt is actually really interesting. Oh, and also, you'll notice I finally upgraded my Charge Blade. Even though I had to go back to farming gore feelers, it was definitely worth it since there's no upgrade path into later versions of Gore's Charge Blade. On top of that, it's hard to not use Charge Blade when I'm wearing the Celtis Queen set with artillery and razor sharp. So, after the first 2 hunts, I do start to get slightly anxious. I mean, after all, the Rathalos set requires a Rathalos plate, and it's a similar situation to Rathian. You can't directly carve a plate, and instead must rely on carving the tail, breaking the head and back, and ultimately trying to capture for the best odds. With this realization at how long I could be hunting Rathalos, I decide that now is probably the best time to try out the weapon that over 260 of you had voted for Mongoose to use next, the Insect Glaive. Which also means I did have another reason to go back and farm Gary Magdalene, because I wanted this beauty of a glaive. Now, this is also the moment I remembered exactly why I typically avoid this weapon, especially in the older games, and that would be the Kinsect system. This Kinsect leveling menu, yeah, it does scare me a bit. Hey, I am a hammerman, alright? I upgrade my bonk stick and then I go bonk. There's no extra elements to that, really. Thankfully, though, I fully immerse myself into the year of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, 2015, and look up a Gaijin Hunter video on Kinsects. Genuinely, shout out to Gaijin Hunter. I'm sure, like many of you, alongside Eric's gaming, Gaijin Hunter and his videos are what really got me into Monster Hunter. So, after watching this video, I realized that I immediately screwed up this Kinsect and Glaive. Essentially, you can use these nectars to level up your Kinsect however you like, increasing its power, speed, stamina, and even giving it different types of element. The order of applying these nectars, though, is what is crucial to the whole process, hence my currently screwed up Kinsect. Anyway, boring Kinsect section aside, I'm staring blankly at my script wondering if that's worth keeping, but I'm finally ready to bust this weapon out. Time to see just how overpowered the bug truly is. I just wanna... How do I aim? Or not aim, but like... send out my Kinsect? Oh, this is bad. You can vault in this game? Alright. Is it R1 triangle? Okay. Oh, so it's the same... Okay. I know there's a way to like, send it out without bringing up the reticle. I just don't know how to yet. I'm a little nervous. I haven't used this weapon. I maybe tried it a handful of times in Wilds. Dude, the Remobra. Please. Every single time. He's gonna do it again. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, it was Wilds. I maybe used it for like a couple of hunts. And then I used it actually quite a lot in World, but I don't remember a single thing about it. I'm just gonna paintball. Hi. I actually didn't mean to mount there. I didn't think I would actually leap right there, but I did. So I know I need to get red from his head, which I guess I'll try to do that right away. It's probably a way to like... Okay, I have red. Can I get... Okay, I have white. Okay, I know the moves, bro. Is it his feet for orange? I have orange. I just... Right? I have triple up. Okay. Is that just like all I have to do with the Cyclade? It gives you earplugs? There's no way I did that, right? I should not have mounted there. I just got too hype. Okay, I mean, we're off to a interesting start, I'll say. I need to get a head break and chop the tail. I'm gonna go for the tail. I don't remember how this or how long this lasts. I got the back break though. Okay, I'm gonna hit the head. I'm about to run out of... Alright, I got it. If I do this, is it gonna reset? Oh. Right, I need speed. I got red again. Oh my god, that's scary. Okay, he's so scary. I'm just gonna attack here. Alright. I'm just gonna keep getting red, aren't I? My poor little Kinsect is struggling. Oh my gosh, this weapon's insane. I didn't think you could leap in this game. Oh, did I? Oh, I chopped it? No, I didn't. I remember the combo. Oh, but that's a shorter animation. Okay. Oh, I got white somehow. Okay, I can move faster. I think. Oh, I got greedy there. I need to chop the tail. Oh my gosh, that was fast. No, no, no. Oh, I might be stunned. I might be stunned. Okay, no. Wow, that was so scary. You know what? I ain't scared of you, big dog. Oh, I don't have red anymore. Whatever. I'm gonna attack anyway. I wonder if I get red from this. Oh. I think you get red from the feet, yeah. And I need to hit his wings to get orange. Oh. Did that chop? It didn't. Okay, he's leaving, right? Alright, I have a couple shinies, and I need them. Because they could be a plate. I feel like every time I pick up a shiny, I get really excited. Because it could, you never know, kind of, okay. And the fact that it said Rathalos, I just almost lost it. Alright, initial impression, this weapon's really good. Obviously, I knew it was really strong as far as like it hits really hard, because it's just very slightly overtuned in this game. However, on top of that, the fact that you can move around in the sky in this game is a big deal, because in older Monster Hunter games, being able to move around in ways that are, you know, is just beyond you just being able to simply run around. Wow, that worked. Is a big deal. Okay, I got the tail. I need to get my red and my white buff. Okay, he missed. Alright, okay, I got white. I mean, that's crazy that I can just, like, hit him in the air. I mean, that's insane. Je suis monté. I get it now. I mean, I always knew about it, and I knew it was really strong in this game. But it's more than just, oh yeah, I can mount the monster. It's I can hit the monster in the air. Oh man, what a way to end it too. Okay. Oh, I'm supposed to capture. I'm supposed to capture. Oh no. Whatever. Cause right here, I'm gonna get a Rathalos plate. Okay, I mean, that would have been pretty cool though, no? That would have been crazy. Am I gonna be able to carve these freaking trolls in the air? Yeah, this is a good weapon. But I can't wait, can you get the whatever they're off of a small monster? I wonder if you can. I feel like you probably could. Anyway, this is an angle. Here comes my Rathalos plate in only like 4 hunts. Haha, right? Am I right? Oh, why are there 2 scale icons in the spot where I'm expecting? Oh. That's not even the one I was talking about. I thought it was one of these 2. Dude. There's no shot, right? I just got 2 plates. I got 2. On my very first hunt using Insect Glaive. Well, it happened once again. The Desire Sensor has chosen to bless Mongoose and this playthrough after only 5 Rathalos hunts, with not just 1, but 2 Rathalos plates. Leave it to Rathian to play hard to get, finally giving me a Rathian plate after 17 hunts, while Rathalos gives me 2 after basically just asking nicely. Anyway, now this means I can create the full set alongside a Rathalos weapon of my choosing. I don't think it's necessarily a coincidence that this happened during my first hunt with Insect Glaive. Well, to my surprise, let's already check out that armor set. This one is a classic, one that gets created often across multiple games, all due to the singular skill it typically gives: Attack Up. You can even slot in decorations to upgrade that to Attack Up Medium. Pretty juicy. Also, you may notice I actually crafted the Rathalos cap, which is the gunner version of the helmet. Gunner armor is different from Blade Master armor in the game's pre-world, and while I don't totally miss armor being split, it did lean heavily into and worked well with the old skill system, which I do miss just a little bit. Alrighty, with that, the grandfather is taken care of, and now we move on to one of my favorites, the angry teenager of Monster Hunter. That roar is music to my ears. It gets me hype every time. Now, normally I would use hammer against this Tigrex, but given how well the Insect Glaive has treated me during that last Rathalos hunt, I had to give it another go. This steamrolling giant of pain with the head of a dinosaur and body of a Nargacuga, Tigrex is an absolute specimen of a monster, and easily in my top 3 across the entire series. Pure ferocity with the speed of a freight train. Tigrex does not mess around. Whether he's charging back and forth across the arena, doing his patented spin move, or sniping you with boulders, this dude is ready to cart you in all of the ways. The single aspect of this monster that I will always enjoy is that it really doesn't matter which game you are fighting him in. He's always at least a little intimidating to go up against. And this is especially the case in the older games, like for Ultimate, where Tigrex can both outspeed and outmaneuver our hunter. It's not until Rise that we really start being able to hand some payback to this bully, which is all thanks to wire bugs, of course. At this point, you may be wondering, wasn't Tigrex supposed to be frenzied? And to that, I have to say, yes, you're correct. Get ready for a second Tigrex cutscene. This dude really is gluttonous. Alright, so regular Tigrex is scary enough. Adding in Frenzy takes it to another level. Honestly, I was just expecting the Frenzy mechanic to add the whole virus thing into the hunt, needing to balance overcoming the Frenzy by staying offensive. However, it looks like it does way more than that. Frenzy Tigrex, from what I can tell, has new moves on top of a noticeable increase in speed. He also hits freaking hard. The spin moves are so dangerous when he just does them back to back. Yeah, I will not be farming this Tigrex for the armor set. I'll stick to the nice, calm Tigrex in the Frozen Sea way. I also love the different subspecies of Tigrex, as well as his Grimclaw deviant from Generations. I'm excited to face Molten Tigrex for the first time, even if that's probably much later on in this playthrough. And as far as the glaive is concerned, I am loving it so far. It feels fluid, strong, and like I mentioned during that Rathalos hunt, I was actually surprised to see that vaulting was possible in this game. I'm not sure why I wasn't expecting it to be in the game, but now I totally understand why this weapon is so broken in 4U. Charge Blade is a decent matchup against Tigrex as well, especially considering many of his attacks are susceptible to guard points. I did try using Hammer also during one of the hunts, and yikes man, either I'm getting washed or I'm just that used to hunting Tigrex with the mobility of the modern games. Plus, Valor and Adept Hammer from GU have definitely spoiled my expectations of Old World Hammer. Thankfully, Tigrex doesn't have a plate required for his armor set, so after another 5 hunts, I was able to get the whole thing crafted. I freaking love the design of this armor set. The World of Warcraft sized shoulders, the spikes everywhere, the combo of orange and blue. This set is just something that I seem to enjoy greatly. The skills granted are also pretty good. It's attack up small with a cheeky 12 points, meaning you can easily slot in attack decorations to bring that up to 15 points for attack up medium, just like the Rathalos set. You also get Gourmand, which increases the amount of stamina that meat will give you. Unfortunately, the negative skill here is slow sharpening, and we can't have any of that, so I immediately craft a sharpener decoration to bring that back under 10 points. Again, I have to say that there's something about the old skill system that just feels good to navigate. I'm sorry, okay? I just have to be honest. Moving on, it seems like a lot of important stuff happened after we took down the frenzied Tigrex. We meet with the Grand Guru of Cathar, who's actually the Wyverian that we saw tilling the fields of Cathar. He is the one who is responsible for helping guard Sanctuary. The Gormagala we hunted last episode is now a full-fledged Elder Dragon, and has returned to Sanctuary looking to fulfill the prophecy that spanned multiple generations. Except that now, Mongoose is here to prevent the newly named Shuguru Magala from spreading devastation beyond Sanctuary or Cathar. The first major milestone in Operation Mongoose is about to be completed. This is the end of the Caravan's low rank. With the full support of the Caravan, the village of Cathar, and my trusty insect glaive in hand, we march towards Sanctuary for the ultimate showdown that we've been building up to since the start of the game. This is how you finish off low rank. I'm experiencing peak Monster Hunter. Quick little side note though, anyone else think that Shaggy's name was Shiguru Magala and not Shigaru Magala? I've been wrong for literally years. That's wild. Shigaru Magala is a mature Gore Magala, and the color of its scales aren't the only thing that's evolved. Its explosion attacks are larger, there's more precision behind the slams and swipes of its claws, and the frenzy fireballs now split off into multiple projectiles. Shaggy certainly ain't no pushover and stays on the offensive. Plus, the damage is quite high in this hunt. I have no shame in saying that I somewhat panicked midway through my first hunt against Shaggy with Insect Glaive. Speaking of which, again, I have to say that I'm loving this weapon. I enjoy how some of the attacks move you around. My only gripe, at least so far, is how challenging it is to consistently get the orange extract with my Kinsect. So after doing my research, once again, big shout out to the homie Gaijin Hunter, I do know that the red extract will buff and upgrade your attacks, and comes from aggressive parts like the head of a monster. The white essence, or extract, I actually don't know what it's called, will increase your movement speed and is obtained from any piece pertaining to mobility, such as wings or legs. The orange essence, the problem child, will buff your resistance to roars, tremors, and wind pressure, and this will come from any defensive pieces of a monster, such as the body or back. I mean, how on earth am I supposed to get my Kinsect to hit the back of a monster? Either way, my strategy is mainly to grab 2 buffs, or double up, with red as priority. Then, right as the buffs are close to running out, signified by the essence gauge flashing and reverting to individual colors, I grab the 3rd buff for triple up. This increases attack and defense on top of the individual buffs. Now, this playthrough has already been such a blast to turn into a video series thanks to the support that you all have given the channel. And yet, another extra bonus is the fact that I now have 2 weapons to play around with in every other Monster Hunter, Charge Blade and Insect Glaive. Okay, but this section is supposed to be about Shaggy, not just Insect Glaive. But honestly, this hunt does just kind of feel like you're fighting against a beefed up Gore Magala. I do know Shaggy has a plate that I need for the armor set, plus for a weapon or 2 if I'd like one. So again, I find myself slightly dreading my odds and potential number of hunts that I'll have to... Dude, I sure am reaping the 17 hunts of Rathian sowing this episode. A plate from Shaggy is basically the same odds as Rathian and Rathalos plates. This streak of luck is definitely welcome. Because trust me, I know this is going to come back around, and there's going to be some monster in this series that's going to take over 20 hunts to obtain a plate, ruby, mantle, whatever. I'm calling it now. One last note before we move on to the armor set. During these hunts, I was quickly dropping into yellow sharpness, which is no bueno against Shaggy since I kept bouncing. Thankfully, however, it turns out the Nursilla Insect Glaive has a much healthier bar of green sharpness, so I get that crafted and upgraded to rarity 4, just to then get bodied with 2 carts during the final Shaggy hunt. We almost had our first full quest failure, yikes. But then that same hunt rewarded me with another Shaggy plate. We take those for sure, this will be turning into a Shaggy weapon. After 5 hunts and a mining run for light crystals, we've completed our 18th armor set. The glassy design of this set is incredibly pretty. The skills are all ones we've seen before, albeit quite strong. Latent power is back, increasing attack and affinity after taking a certain amount of damage or 5 minutes of hunting. We then obtain frenzy resistance for natural strength against the frenzy virus, and 5 points of handicraft as an extra bonus. as we wind down Caravan's low rank with this fantastic cutscene, let's have a little chat. So I wanted to take a second to discuss my plans with Operation Mongoose going forward. As we enter into the Caravan's high rank, things will largely stay the same. New episodes will consist of roughly 5 or so monsters per video up until the end of high rank, which ends with Kushala Dora. Then, the Gathering Hub quests will be next, and that's where I may try something new. The entirety of the hub low rank is filled with monsters that I've already hunted and crafted armor sets for. Hub high rank only has 5 key quest monsters that are unique, so I will craft those 5. So here's my idea, and feel free to tell me if you dislike it in the comments. I was considering live streaming the entirety of the Gathering Hub, up until the final set of 7-star quests in high rank, which at that point the videos will pick back up like normal to finish off the hub's high rank, then followed by probably what will be quite a few videos to finish off G rank. So for now, things won't change, but be sure to let me know how you feel about the Gathering Hub being streamed, opposed to videos for maybe a month or 2. This video is probably a bit shorter than normal, and if so, my apologies. It just felt odd to continue after Shaggy. It felt like a natural ending point to the episode. There will be a bunch of subspecies in the next episode, though most of which I haven't hunted before, so I'm excited. Either way, thank you so much for watching the 4th episode of Operation Mongoose. Be sure to subscribe to know as soon as a new video is released. I've been struck by fluency, and I'll see you on the road to Dalamadur.